Hey everybody, thanks for coming by my channel. So today's video is going to try to start that conversation about how people can help their friends, loved ones, or people they know that either outright have an issue or might possibly, we're not quite sure, have a problem with alcohol. So if that is of interest to you, keep on watching. Be sure to subscribe below, leave any comments, questions, things that have maybe worked for you with friends that you've had or loved ones you've had. This is going to be more of a conversational topic. There's no black and white. There's no, this is exactly what you need to do in this given scenario to have this result. Addiction is a tough one to talk about, and getting somebody to realize they have an addiction is definitely a tough one. So keep on watching. Let me know if you have questions, and let's get to it. Addiction. Trying to have that conversation with somebody, letting them know that you're worried about them. To this day, I have no idea what would have worked for me. So when I was still drinking, I've definitely had people tell me or hint or mention in passing that I drink a lot, I drink too much. I didn't think anything of it. The thing with addiction is the use for the person with the addictive behavior is totally normal. So it's totally normal for me to drink 6+ drinks in the span of 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is. It was normal for me to drink as often as I did. It was normal to go out, frequently throughout the week for happy hour. Even if it was just a drink or two, I was still drinking. So that's what makes it the hardest for anybody with an addiction to even contemplate that they have a problem. That's why this whole topic is so touchy, is what do you say? Maybe what you say throws them off the deep end. Maybe what you say is going to get thrown to a wall and just not stick. So as we go through my sober journey, hopefully I have these epiphanies and I kind of think of other ideas, but there are some basic foundations that I tell people. The first one is, first and foremost, no matter what you do, no matter what your intentions are, what happens to this person is not your responsibility, okay? The person that is addicted to anything, okay, it is up to them whether they want to get it out of their life, reduce it, whatever. It's up to them what they do, okay? I did not make any changes to my life in terms of drinking until I wanted to. And it had to be that night because I almost got a DUI. I almost got arrested. I could have killed somebody. If it wasn't for that unfortunate extreme, I might still be drinking. Like I said, it was normal. Everything was normal. So keep in mind, as you start to, get involved in trying to help a friend or a family member, trying to help a loved one, you are not responsible for what happens, okay? You are trying to help, and if they don't want it, they don't want it. The second thing is, and I've already mentioned it, the person will not change anything until they want to. If it's as simple as you saying something to them to realize the issue, then great. That's the ideal option. That's what we would all hope would happen. But if it's on the harder side of things, if the addiction is very extreme, if they're in complete denial, they have zero idea anything's wrong, that's going to be the tough one. So if it's consistent, gentle, mentioning, hinting, or just saying, depending on the relationship and how extreme the addiction is, it could be a long process for you to start to get that seed planted in their brain. So 1, you're not responsible. 2, it's up to them. Okay, first and foremost, those are the 2 things you have to know when you're trying to help somebody. Third thing is, it comes down to why they have an addiction. If it's just genetically they have an addictive behavior, then that's going to require more of the extreme professional options that we have. Being there and being supportive is great, but if it is in their genetic making to have an addictive behavior, as supportive as you are, it's not going to make a difference. If you find that the source is, abandonment, which is a very broad term, then being there for them, maybe inviting them to alternative activities, in the evenings or on the weekends that don't involve alcohol, and just being around, that could be a good step. That could be a good move in the right direction. The best way to help somebody with an addiction is to find out the source. Of course, that is a loaded topic there. That depends on how close you are with this person, if you can have that conversation. I'm always pro therapy. I don't think there's anything wrong at any degree talking to somebody. So maybe it's getting them into therapy sessions. That is the third thing that I would really focus on, because if you're trying to keep them company and have them do different activities, but their genetic making is what is causing the addiction, it's not going to do anything. So I feel like a lot of the underlying reason for people to have addiction problems is some form of abandonment. If that's with family members, if that's from friends, maybe a traumatic event happened, that could be why. And, no matter what rehab programs you put them in, no matter what support you provide, not addressing the original cause for the addiction will just bring it back up again. So my sober journey, I had to have the extreme situation of where I almost got arrested, almost got a DUI, could have possibly hurt somebody, to make me stop and think. Then once I realized that, I decided on my own, I decided with the help of my friends at that point, now knowing I had an issue, that I needed to stop. So I stopped, and that wasn't just AA meetings. That wasn't just avoiding, bars and restaurants and happy hour and, activities that included alcohol. That also included multiple therapy sessions, to this day, of finding out what happened in the past that made me rely on alcohol. So a lot of people might start drinking to be social. It's fun. It's what we all want to do in college, and it's what, society kind of pushes out there. But as you drink, you realize it's a coping mechanism, not an effective one, but a coping mechanism to deal with life's unpleasant situations. So that's where it becomes an addiction. So if I hadn't drank ever, I would have still had my problems, but I would have been able to probably address them earlier. I would have probably seen therapists sooner and actually start working on all these issues earlier. No matter when your loved one starts addressing these issues, as long as they begin the process, then you're at a better chance of success. So those are the big three. Okay. It's not your responsibility if they are sober or not. You are never going to be what makes them start. It's going to be them. And 3, what is the reason why there's that addictive behavior? I know that's not any more solidified information for you. Now you don't have like, all right, I've got this plan. Let me go help my friend. But like I said, this is something that you have to start thinking about and start having a conversation, maybe with me if you're comfortable, with other people that know this person, and figuring out what level they're at. Are they, at a very extreme level that we need some professional help? Or are they maybe, on the beginning side of things and could be open to conversations with you? So what I'll try to do is, as I work through my sober process here, my sober journey, I'm really going to try to figure out what I would have been open to and share those with you. But I think to start, if you are trying to help a friend, a loved one with their alcohol issue, think about those 3. So I hope that was helpful. Again, if you have anything that's worked for you with your specific situation, or if you have specific questions, you're always welcome to comment below. Or if you want to go a little bit more private, which is totally understandable, you are welcome to email me, stillsober.ct@gmail.com. And let's start this conversation. Okay, let's talk about the specifics, what your relationship is like with them, what their alcohol, relationship is, because that is a relationship. And let's see what we can try out here. I've always said this, and I will always say I am not professional. I am simply someone that has an issue with alcohol and going through their sober journey as well. And I hope I can help other people. I hope there are some nuggets of information there for you guys to take back into your current situations. But yeah, let me know. Check in next week for my next video, and I hope everyone is great. All right, bye guys.